Hi guys, welcome back to the Sunless Rae YouTube channel where I share all of my favorite sunless tanning tips that I've learned over the years of being a professional spray tan artist for over 8 years. Today I'm going to talk about how to get the best spray tan possible. And there are crucial steps that you need to take before getting a spray tan. It's not something you wing. It's not something where you're driving past a spray tan salon like, oh, let me pull over and get a spray tan. Like, that's just not how it works. You need to prep. You need to follow these tips to have a good spray tan. The biggest thing a spray tanner will tell you is it's 50% on me and 50% on you on how to get a good spray tan. I can give you the best spray tan of your life, but if you don't follow the preparation that I explained in this video, you're going to have a bad spray tan. And that is unfortunately on you. And that is because a spray tan is a reaction with your skin. So if there's a barrier, if you don't exfoliate, if there's product left over on your skin, it's going to affect how the spray tan basically stains your skin. So number one, you're going to want to exfoliate 24 hours before a spray tan. And that is because you want to make sure your pores are closed before your spray tan appointment. You don't want your pores to be open. And I always recommend exfoliating with just an exfoliating mitt and an organic body wash. Now, do not use an exfoliating body scrub because that is going to leave an invisible residue on your skin that can leave you with a streaky tan. You're also going to want to remove unwanted hair 24 hours beforehand, whether that's shaving, sugaring, or waxing, or even laser hair removal. If you get laser hair removal, they're going to want all the fake tanner off before you go to your appointment, or else it's not going to work as well. Just a fun little fact for you. But so all hair removed that you would normally remove. If you, like, I don't shave my arms, I don't wax my arms, I don't need to get rid of that hair. Just hair that you normally would remove before your spray tan. Another big tip is using an organic natural body wash and lotion for a full week before getting the spray tan. So a lot of people use Dove, Aveeno, Olay. Brands like that are not good for your skin. It's going to give you the potential to have a streaky tan. So what it'll look like is it'll look like you spilt a bunch of water on yourself when really you didn't. And you're gonna think the spray tan artist did a bad job. But it is physically impossible for me to spray tan you with streaks. The only way that can happen is if there's leftover product on your skin, which is using the Olay, Dove, those type of products. So do not use those products. I, in fact, recommend you never use them, but if you love them, just make sure you stop using them a week before your spray tan appointment so that you have the best results possible. If you aren't sure which brand to get, I love Dr. Bronner's. You can get it on Amazon, Walmart, Target. It's a great brand, and you only have to use a tiny bit, and it goes a long way. For lotion, I love Hemp's lotion. You can also find it at Target, Walmart. I think even like TJ Maxx will have it. It's a great product as well. So next, when you are going in for your spray tan appointment, obviously vet your spray tan artist, make sure they have good reviews. I always check people's social media just to kind of see their vibe and what kind of content they're doing. And then tell them, if you're not sure, to go with a medium shade. A medium is a universal tone for everyone. You don't want to ask for light because sometimes it's just too light, and sometimes dark's too much, especially for your first spray tan with a new spray tan artist. Always go for a medium. You could always go darker with a self tanner later, but you cannot go lighter. So medium's a really good place to start. I always recommend going to a spray tan artist that uses drying powder. So drying powder will be used at the end of your spray tan. So I'd spray tan you, and then afterwards I would use a drying powder, and I would put that all over your body, and it's gonna get rid of the sticky feeling that you have. Sometimes you'll walk like this after a spray tan. That stops that and stops the transfer onto your clothes and sheets. A good way to find a good spray tan artist is to call them and ask them if they do complimentary drying powder, because that means they care about the client. They're not charging more because they know how much it can make your spray tan look better. Think of it like, you know, like you bake with your makeup. Think of it like that. It's that crucial of a step for a spray tan. It's like a setting powder. And then make sure to follow the directions. So if you go with a rapid, you rinse in 2 to 4 hours. Never sleep in a rapid, you risk turning orange. Or a standard, which is an overnight solution, just sleep in it, shower in the morning. It is a minimum of 8 hours. You can keep it on longer than that. Your first shower should only be a rinse. Do not use soap or lotion until the 24-hour mark. And also a big tip is you can remove hair with a spray tan but only with the razor and only at the 24-hour mark of having a spray tan. So you can still shave with a spray tan on. Know that it is a form of exfoliation, but you can still do it. It's not going to take your tan off completely. A huge tip is to moisturize every day. So I know I'm guilty of this. I don't use lotion every day. I know some women do and they love it. It's part of their routine. They do it right before bed. I need to get better at that too. But with a spray tan on, and if you want it to last the 1 to 2 week mark, which it can, you have to follow these steps and you have to use lotion daily. That is just a non-negotiable. So get in the habit of doing that with a spray tan on if you want it to last. When showering with a spray tan, only use your hand to apply the soap to your body. Do not use a rag, do not use a loofah or anything like that, because you want to prevent it from coming off. When you get out of the shower, pat dry with the towel. Don't go like this and try to rub your body all dry. You're going to get the tanner off. So just pat dry and just be gentle with your skin until you're ready for it to come off. A little tip, if you work out a lot, put baby powder on the areas that come off fastest before working out. So for example, I have it right here in between my chest. I'm gonna put a little bit of baby powder with like a blush brush beforehand, so that powder will soak up the sweat. I don't sweat as much and it won't come off as much right here. I do a whole video on how to apply baby powder, and you can go ahead and search that as well. Unfortunately, you have to avoid the sauna and jacuzzi with a spray tan on. Those two things are just going to take it off, especially a jacuzzi. The chlorine and hot water is just a perfect way to get it off. So do not go in a jacuzzi at all with a spray tan on if you care about it staying on. And that goes back to my point of do not exfoliate with anything until you're ready for your tan to come off. When you see it starting to fade or getting really patchy and you can't really fix it with a self-tanner or anything, and if it's at that 2 week mark, no fake tan is gonna last more than 2 weeks. Exfoliate the same way I mentioned earlier, an exfoliating mitt and a natural body wash. A little tip, if you have a spray tan on and you want it to last as long as possible, which is the whole point of this video, you can use a self-tanner on top of it. That could be a self-tan lotion or a self-tan mousse. And both of those can be used at the 3-day mark of your spray tan life. And you could use that on top of it. You don't want to exfoliate, anything like that. Just do your normal routine with the self-tan mousse on top of the spray tan. And it's a really good way to add more tanner on top of your body. So if I want to make sure my spray tan's lasting long, I follow all of the steps that I went over, and then I'll start adding self-tanner on top of my spray tan, but not going past that 2 week mark, because at that 2 week mark, it's time to start over. You do not build on top of spray tans. Do not build on top of fake tans. You have to exfoliate at one point. You have to exfoliate at the 2 week point and start over. You never build on top of a tan. It's always just meant to last at max 2 weeks, because our skin naturally sheds itself. So there's no way to get it past that point. I hope you loved this video and you learned how to spray tan and why it's important, and all of these steps. All of these steps that I've explained to you, I've learned over the years of being a spray tan artist, and just so many complaints, so many things, so many text messages. How do I fix this? How do I fix that? And I've had to problem solve to make sure that I'm doing the best thing for my clients and they stay happy and wanting to come back to me, because it is 50% me and 50% them. That my biggest job is education, because if I'm not educating my client, I'm leaving room for them to have a bad tan, and that's just not the business that I'm in. But I hope you are able to follow these tips and have a really good spray tan. You can follow me on Instagram at Jessica Rae, Sunless Rae, and my website is sunlessrae.com. I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday of the week with new spray tan, sunless tanning tips, fake tan tips, whatever you want to call it, of the week. And make sure to comment below with any of the fake tan questions that you have, and I'd be more than happy to answer them, problem solve with you, figure out what's going on and why you're not getting the best fake tan possible.